Hi everyone, it's Dee Sparkman. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm new at this, so bear with me. I am going to do a scrapbook layout with y'all today. And it is from the new catalog. The stamp and die set that I chose to demonstrate today is from the Pretty Florals. And I used the dies for that. So I'm really nervous. Thank you all for joining me today and taking time out to work with me on this layout. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm going to switch the camera down to my layout and I will start doing this. Can y'all hear me? I hope. Anyway, here is the layout that I will be showing y'all today. I can't, I'm sorry. This is from the Pretty Florals, and here's the layout. So I will be working on this and showing you how I came up with this layout. So what you need is 2 pieces of 12 by 12 white cardstock. So just put this aside. And the first thing that I did to start off with this is I took a ruler and I measured at 4 inches. So actually, so here. So what I did is I pre-cut everything so that I could save time today, because there's so much involved in doing a 2-page layout. And I tried to make it as easy as I could for y'all. So I got all these squares. I started out with a 3 by 3 square, and I just made a bunch of different ones because I didn't know. You can choose whatever color and pattern you would like. I started out with this square. So I took this one and I put it at the 4-inch mark over here. I'm hoping that y'all can see this because I don't know. So at 4 inches, you see the 4-inch mark here? So that's where I started. And you always need a starting point for your layout. So I just started this, and I put this down at about 4 inches. Okay, so you always need a starting point, and that's the starting point that I did. I put this aside, and then I took my next square, 3 by 3, and I just laid that right next to it. I have a heavy hand on glue, I'm sorry. I apologize. But anyway, you just put that one, butt it up right next to it. Now you can leave a gap if you want to, but I didn't. I just wanted to get them all. And if you're using a directional pattern, make sure that your pattern goes the same way on the whole layout. It'll just flow a little bit better. So just take this and just butt this up next to this. Okay, and then you have this area right here. So you're just gonna put this here and just glue the little bit of this triangle here. And so I'm just going to take this and just put a little bit of glue on this little triangle here. And then this one doesn't really matter with the direction, so we're just gonna put it right next to it, right here. Now we'll go back and trim this after we get it all laid down. Then what I did is I took this one and I'm just gonna lay that right here, okay? And so we just need a little bit of glue on this little corner. We're gonna lay that right here. Okay. And then I have this other one here, and I already have one that's cut from my last layout, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Nope, I'm gonna use it on the other side, excuse me, I'm so sorry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay this down on this piece here. And it's the same direction as this, so I'm gonna stick this right here. So, and I apologize if I miss any comments. I apologize, I'm new at this, so I'm not quite sure how to maneuver all this yet. I will get back to you, and I will definitely answer all your questions after this layout, after this presentation. But anyway, that's how you laid that out. And then you take your little trimmer, if I can reach it. I'm so sorry. Just put this on here and just lay it in here. You have a little groove in on your cutter, so you're just going to take this and just trim away these extra pieces. Now you can save these for your other layout, or you can trash them, whichever you decide to do. I'm going to take my snips. It didn't cut all the way, so I'm going to take my snips and cut this off. So you can fussy cut this and just snip it here to make it a little bit easier, but I used my paper trimmer. So just cut this off along the edges, like so. Okay. So then you just set all these aside in case you want to use them for the other layout. Okay, so that's the first corner that I did. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to put this over here. And we're going to use the same concept. We're going to start at the 4-inch mark over here. So just, you know, however you want to do this. If you have a glass mat, you can actually use this or some kind of mat. So just set this aside and take the other half of your square from the other layout and just lay it down at the 4-inch mark. Okay, right in there. So then just take this and put glue on it. Up, 4-inch mark. Go ahead and put that down. Okay, then the next one I did was this one. And you see how this is going this way? Make sure that on this side it's going the same way so that it all flows together. Because if you put it this way, it just won't, you know, flow good. So just take this one, put your glue on it. I want to thank everyone that had subscribed to my YouTube channel. I was rushing around trying to get 50 followers to go live, but for some reason when I tried to sign on, they still wouldn't let me do it. So maybe I have to wait and upload another video. I'm not quite sure, but we'll try it next week. What my plans are to go live every Sunday after church. I was thinking maybe I could get the after church folks involved in crafting a little bit and relaxing. So just follow me every Sunday, or probably around noon, and I will have either cards or a layout or something to show y'all. So just take this one, and same thing with this. This is directional, so you want to keep it all the same. So you just lay that down, butt it right back up. Okay? And then since we already cut this one from the other side, we're going to go ahead and use that. So we're not wasting a whole bunch of paper. Okay? So we're going to put that down here. And I'm sorry, I have a heavy hand on glue. I gotta cut back on that so I know. But just pop that right next to that. Okay? Then the next thing you would do is your other triangle, and we're gonna go this way. So this is cut from the other side. So we're just gonna go ahead and use that so we're not wasting a lot of paper. We're going to put that right there. Okay. And we have one more. And this one is stripes also. So you want to make sure that it's going the same way. So you've got them going this way on this page. So you want to make sure that they're going this way on this page too. So I'm going to use this square right here. So we're gonna go this way with it. Okay, so we're just gonna attach this on here and put this here. Butt this up against there. We're gonna move this ruler out. Okay. This paper that I'm using is from the new catalog, and it's called Pretty Florals. If you haven't seen it, you need to really look at it. I mean, it is the most beautiful paper. I am not a really big flower person, but I just fell in love with this paper. I mean, just look at it. It is just absolutely beautiful. And it's double-sided. I mean, look at this. Just gorgeous. And here's another one. Just simply gorgeous. And the good thing is you get 2 sheets of every page. And it's good for, you know, different colors. So, all right, so we've got that, and it's dry now, so I'm gonna go ahead and snip this off. And you can use your cutter, or you can use your snips. And I've got bad hands, so I am using contraband scissors. So we're just gonna snip this all off. Okay, just like so. And now we've got our 2 corners. Okay, so after we get that together, we can just put all this other garbage aside. And now we can start building our flowers and pages and stuff like that. So on this, where I started is I just grabbed, I already pre-cut all these out just to save time because, you know, the die cutting and everything and all that. So here are all my flowers and titles. On this first page, I'm gonna put spring down here, and I cut this out of my Cricut. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on this. So what I did on this is I went ahead and measured, I went to the middle of the page, which is 6 inches, and I went up 2 1/4 inches, which is right about there. So I just kind of took the middle of spring and I just laid that down in the middle. So the middle is here. So probably about there is where I'm going to start that. And I'm going to do the same with this page with the blooms. So I went spring blooms. So I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on this. And once again, I found the middle of the page, which is like right about here. And I went down 2 1/4 inches again. So there's 1, 2 1/4. So we're gonna probably go about here. And blooms is 6 letters. So we're just gonna go ahead and put that guy right there. Now, on my scrapbook pages, I don't really use a whole lot of dimensionals because they are going in a book. You by all means can pop this up and use dimensionals if you choose to do so. I did not. So anyway, after that, I went ahead and pre-cut my photo mats. So I've got 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. Okay, so I then, once again, I got the middle of the page. I probably should keep this over here. Anyway, I got the middle of the page and I went down to the 6-inch mark and I just adhered that at the 6-inch mark. So we went down to the 6-inch and just kind of put that on your page. Then I took the other mat, which is, I've got all these measurements written down. I believe this is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 because I'm gonna put a 2 by 3 picture on here. So just take this, put a ruler here, and of course, this is straight. So there we go. Just make sure that this is straight. We're gonna put this down right next to it, about 1/4 inch apart. Now I left a little room over here because I'm gonna put some flowers over here. You can center this a little bit more if you want to, but I just kept it a little bit off to the side. So I'm just gonna put this one down underneath this. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that down here. Like so. And then this one. I'll put this one down about here. Okay. So we got our photo mats. And now on this one, you could put a 3 by 4 photo. This one, you can put a 2 by 3 photo. Okay, so that's that one. I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna do the mat over here on this one now. So same thing, I'm gonna get the middle of my page, which is 6 inches down. And I went 2 inches there. So I'm gonna do that this way so that it's kind of uniformed. So I'm gonna go here. Put this down. And so we got, here we go. So we got 6 inches. And then we're gonna go 2 inches in. So about here is where we're gonna go with that. And to get this a little bit lined up, make sure it's straight. I'm gonna move that down a little bit. There we go. I think it's kind of straight. Okay. Then we're gonna put this one next to it. And we're just gonna put this right about there. And then we're gonna go down here. And we're gonna put, oh, you see, I messed up. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous. So anyway, we could back up and regroup with this. I guess I went a little bit further up. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. This is so hard to do this on live camera. But anyway, interesting. Well, we're gonna do something here. We are going to lift this up and move this down. Gosh, this is very, I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. So, I can't do it. It's just gonna have to stay. I don't know what to do. But, we can make this a little bit different if we want to. I can actually put the flowers in here. We can back up and regroup and just do this a little bit different. So, we're just gonna put this over here. And we are going to put this one here. I'm hoping that this will look okay because it did not work out. I don't know how I mismeasured that. 2.5, 2 1/4. I don't know what I did. I'm a mess. But anyway, we're gonna just go with it. I went ahead and die cut these flowers already. And I did tone on tone. I mean, you can very well do this color and do an offset color, you know, the white, pink, even berry would work, but just kind of dab your glue on this a little bit. And just adhere this on here. Okay. So I'm a little bit heavy on the glue once again. Anyway, I don't know what to do right now. This one would go here. I'm a mess. I'm a mess because I messed this up. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and dimensional it. We're going to put this here, and put this here. We're going to take these off. And I'm just going to kind of put this on a diagonal, and I left this side a little bit open so that you could put your picture underneath it. There. And then I have these greens that you can just stick down inside of here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of glue on these. Just put a little bit in here. Okay. And then put your, I don't want to put a lot of glue on the back of this, but just kind of, this might offset this grain a little bit, just stick that there. And I did in granny apple green leaf, so just stick this on here. And just stick this in here. Okay, so just like that. And then you could go ahead and just kind of arrange your flowers on your page. This one is not gonna be exactly like that one because I messed up. I am so sorry. So just kind of, you know, arrange them however you want. Just kind of do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put glue on these. But what mess. So we're gonna put that there. Okay, on these ones, I went ahead and put the long flower on it, which is, you know, this one right here. And the way I got this look is this one, you just do a stamp off your paper and then onto the cardstock, and then you take full strength and you stamp this one. I'm just gonna put some dimensionals on this one just to give it a little bit of depth. And we're gonna just put this over here. And we're gonna pop this one up a little bit. And I'm just gonna use this yellow one, which is ugly duckling. I mean, darling duckling. We are gonna put this one down. This is the strawberry slush, full strength and stamped off. This one is the darling duckling, and I stamped off, and I also put the timid tiger on that one. I just love these colors. They are just gorgeous. Okay, and then up here, you can either put these flowers, and that one, we'll go with that, and then this one, we'll go with that. And then this one, you could go ahead and glue this down. I am so sorry. I am just so disorganized, and I didn't think I was going to be this way. I was so organized and so prepared and ready. I'd practice and practice, and now look at me. I've just here. You just kind of judge where you want to put them, really. So just put that there and pop up this, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And pop up this. Go ahead and put this on here. And we are going to pop up this one. We're going to put this one right here. Okay, so that's that one. So we got these three, and So you see it's not quite the same, but that's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and go with it. We're gonna put this one over on this side just to balance it, because I like to have a little symmetrical kind of layout. So we're just gonna go ahead and put glue on this. And put this one like right up in here. And we are going to use the Darling Duckling on this side, since we used the strawberry slush over here. And the big flower goes in the middle. So we're just gonna go ahead and put that in there. Go ahead and put this on here. We'll put that on there. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this one on here. Now I sympathize with you guys doing live shoots, because man, this is really hard. And then you just kind of stick that one on there. So anyway, there's your first page. That way, and it did match this one. So that one was good. If you guys want the directions, I do have these, so just get in touch with me and I can email them to you or send them via Facebook Messenger or however you want to do it. Now since I messed this one up, we're gonna just go with it. We're gonna put the big flower maybe down here. And actually, since this is such a big area down here, I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up. And before I take them off, I am going to put our little layer on top of this. I had a whole spiel planned out and ready to go, and when you go live, I guess it's just everything just leaves your brain. I will get better at this, I promise. My upline Lisa Smith has challenged me to do a video every week, so I will get better at this, I promise. Anyway, there's that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and peel these off. And we're gonna just go ahead and put this. We're gonna just kind of fill up this space a little bit. We're gonna put that there. And we're gonna take our leaves, which is Granny Apple Green. We're just gonna lay this all down. And I'm just gonna, since we have a lot of space, I'm just gonna kind of plop this down and take up some of this empty space. Now you see how that's coming off the page? We can just snip that. It's okay. This is Garden Green that I used. And we are just gonna kind of put this over here. Just filling up that space. Go over here. And we're just gonna put this one like right in here. Okay? So that kind of filled up that space since I kind of messed it up. Anyway, you can put your photos on this later. 2x3, 2x3, 3x4, 3x4 photos on top of this. So now you just want to go ahead and add some of your flowers. We can put that down there, and I could put this one up here, but or we could put these up here. I'm just trying to rearrange this since I messed it up. Actually, that might go, and then we can maybe put this one over here with the strawberry slush and be good to go. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead and put some glue on here. And just gonna put that right there. And we're just gonna put this right here. Maybe I'll have better luck on my cards. I'm gonna just kind of angle this like so. I mean, there's no right, wrong way of doing this. Every scrapbook layout is different, even though you make a plan. So I'm just winging this, y'all. So we're just gonna put this over here. And I'm not gonna use that, I'm using dimensionals. We're just gonna put this on here. Okay. Then we're gonna go ahead we could do that and put the flowers here, but just not put them all the way down so that it'll overlap the picture. Or we can just put it, you know, kind of load up one side of it. I mean, it'll still flow pretty well if we want to do that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go with the flow with this, and I'm gonna put this down here. And since this has got the strawberry slush, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Darling Duckling flowers, and I'll put the strawberry slush up there. So we will put dimensionals on here. Dimensional on here. Here. We're just gonna put this on here. Okay. So, and then we're gonna adhere this. Now, of course, you can put dimensionals on here if you like, but I'm gonna put it flat. And I'm just gonna stick that here, and I think that's gonna bring this out a little bit. So we will put our strawberry slush flowers over here. And put this here. When you cut these out, there are 3 sizes on here. There are, you know, the big and the 2 small ones. So make sure you put the big one in the middle. And then you just put the smaller ones on the sides. So just put this here. Now you can add gems to this. You can use the Wink of Stellar to kind of put a little bit of glitter on it. It's all, you know, a preference on what you would like, or if you're going to give this as a gift to someone, whatever you think they would want. So that's that. Well, even though I messed that up, I think it came okay. Came out okay. So we've got this. So the spring blooms, it's okay. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments, and I promise you I will answer your questions or whatever a little bit later. I will get better, I promise. Anyway, that's the 2-page layout. It's a little bit different than what I had planned, but we just go with the flow. And, you know, just, so that's that. Now, I don't know, we've only done 38 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a couple of the cards that I made, and hopefully that will go a little bit easier than this layout did. And I am so sorry, I apologize. But this one, I just started off with a simple, just stamp on the card kind of idea. So I just flat stamped this on the card, and then I popped this up, and these are the hexagon green gems that I used. So I've got everything in here. I pre-cut everything out. So this is the 3 3/4 by 4 on here. And here are the hexagons things that I use. So what I'm gonna do is I will show you how I did this. And I am going to use this to just stamp on. So we're going to use the Darling Duckling. We've got your stamp. And we are going to use this one. That's got the little scalloped edges on it. So we're just going to put that on our block. Okay, so we're going to put this in here, full strength. We're going to stamp off on this paper, and then we are going to stamp on this one this way. Okay, so that's that one. And I used Timid Tiger for the middle of this because I love orange. Love, love, love orange. So this is the Timid Tiger. We're going to go ahead and close this up. And we're going to just put this aside. Then we will pull out the insert on here, which is the little lines of the flower. So we're going to put that on here. And this is going to be the full strength. So we're going to dabble this in here. And we are going to line this up. It's a little bit challenging at times to put this on here. Anyway, you see how that came out like that? Looks fantastic. We're going to go ahead and put this aside. We are going to close this up. And for the green, I used the last year's color, which is the Shy Shamrock. So just open this up. I'm getting better at opening these up. So on this one, we are going to take your 3 stems. Now there's a few ways that y'all can do this. You can stamp right on the cards, you can fuzzy cut, you can die cut. There's so many ways. This set is just so versatile and it's so beautiful. Okay, so then I'm done with this one for now. I am just gonna try and line this up on here. Okay, just like so. I'm gonna just set that aside. So then you've got your inked up version. We can actually go ahead and glue this on your card. Now you can pop this up on your card, you can glue it. I did use the Secret Sea as my mat. Just stick this on here, like so. I already die cut this out in the Secret Sea, and I used Wonderful Thoughts. This comes with dies and your stamps. Great set, fabulous set. Oh, I'm gonna lose that. Anyway, let me close this up so I don't get ink all over the place. We're gonna go ahead and pop this little guy up. Go ahead and pop this little guy up. And, you know, you could put this anywhere you want. You could put it up here, down here, over here, right on top of the flowers. I mean, it's your preference, whatever you think. I'm gonna just put this here, and I'm gonna adhere my sequins. Take a pick tool, and then you just take a couple of these and just add them to the sides of your card, anywhere you would like, you think that they would look good. So that's that one. That's so simple, easy, you know, quick card. This could be for, you know, whatever. You just write a little note in here. You can decorate the inside, whatever you choose to do. But that's that one. I'm gonna put all this back in here, and I will clean up this mess later. But that's that card, and I'm gonna set that over here, off to the side. We have a little bit more time because I'm rushing through this. I will show you how I did this one. One of my favorite colors is orange, of course, because I'm a Gator fan. So I just absolutely love, love, love this card. This is your Timid Tiger. So on this, I went ahead and pre-cut everything. I did my bow because I'm terrible at making bows. But anyway, you use your iridescent ribbon and Stampin' Up. And this is all die cut. I used the brick embossing folder, which is the 3D embossing folder. Just run it through your die making thing. If you guys want to know how to do all that, I can show you how to do that in a separate video, maybe on, you know, next Sunday when I get online after church. Anyway, this is Timid Tiger card base. This is your brick layer. Now you can pop this up if you want to, dimensional it. I left it flat because I popped up my flowers. And if you mail things, the post office doesn't like a lot of the bulk because they will charge you a lot of money to have all this thickness. So then you just take this card and just kind of lay this down like so. Now this oval that I cut out is from the Impression Blooms die set. So I just cut that out and put this in the center. And I also laid this one flat because I popped my flowers up. So just put this on here and kind of center it if you want to. I'm gonna actually put it towards the top a little bit because I am going to add my sentiment and my ribbon. And of course, these are all from that same set, the flowers and the dies. So on these, I love these flowers. It's this set here with these base. So you just take the base, and these are not size these are not sized, so it doesn't matter which one you put where. So here's your two little ones, and I'm just gonna put that at the bottom of the flower. And the same thing with this one. Just put a little bit, you don't need a lot of glue. I'm always heavy-handed on the glue. Anyway, just put that on there. And then the same thing with this one. And put this on here. So then after you get your bases on here, you can attach them to this. I am gonna go ahead and put this down on my card. First. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that kind of like right in here, because I am gonna put a sentiment and the ribbon down here. So we're gonna put that there. I am gonna pop these up. So we're just gonna go ahead and put our dimensionals on here. There are so many variations of, you know, these cards, this kit. It is just so versatile. I love it. Love, love, love it. And I'm a Pinterest kind of person, so I go out to Pinterest and I just love it. And you see I messed up again. Oh my God, I am just an idiot today. So luckily this is not glued down all the way. Just kind of put this on here. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm just nervous, I guess, because I've never done this before. So just bear with me, y'all. I'm so sorry. There goes there. And then we're gonna go ahead and do this one too. So we're just gonna do this. Thank God the glue wasn't dried yet. Anyway, that's those flowers. So then you just take a little bit of glue, put this on here. And where'd my sentiment go? I don't know where it went. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. What a mess today. Yo, I've lost it. I don't know where I did it. But anyway, when I find it, I will put the sentiment on there. Well, I just don't know where it went. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and fussy cut this one, and we'll just use a different one. So you can die cut this, you can fussy cut it. You just adapt and overcome. So just take this, put your dimensionals on the back of here. And we're just going to put this right right about here, because we're gonna put this ribbon back on here. And you usually do this with glue dots, and of course, I don't have them either. So much for being organized. So anyway, there's that card. I hope you'll like that one. I am gonna try to attempt one more card. This one. This one here is with Petunia Pop, which was last year's in color. And with this one here, I fussy cut one of the flowers, and then I used the die, this die, to cut this flower out. So you could do it either way. But anyway, all this here, I have used the Wave embossing folder to do this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. And we're going to go ahead and adhere this to the card. Okay. So I do have all the measurements and stuff on this, and I can send out the dimensions and everything if you are interested in making this card at a later date. But so what I did with this, I went ahead and cut this layer here in Petunia Pop. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here. I don't know. I still don't know what I did with that sentiment, but we'll find it later. We're going to go ahead and put this right about here. And then I used garden green, and this is that beautiful paper, which is, you know, this. Of course, you can see how I fussy cut all that. But I am gonna adhere this to my card, and we're just gonna put this like here, just to have a little bit of a border. This is garden green, and all the dimensions are here. So we're just gonna go ahead and stick this on here. And we're gonna put this one right next to it. Leave a little bit of a space. Okay. Now I've already fussy cut my leaves, but I wanted to kind of show you how to fussy cut these. So just, you know, go around these, just, you know, go around. So they don't have to be perfect. So just kind of wiggle your paper. You don't have to really move the scissors, just keep the scissors together. Just kind of fussy cut around. There's that one. And then I'm gonna use this one right next to it. So we're just gonna fussy cut this. And it doesn't really take long, but I know a lot of people have trouble with their hands like I do, and that's why I'm using these scissors here rather than the ones that you put your fingers through, because they really hurt my hands. When you get old, things start hurting more. So just keep cutting around your flowers. Anyway. Okay, so that's that. And I'm just going to trim away some of this white a little bit. And then that's that. So I'm not throwing this away because there's still some beautiful flowers on here. So I'm going to keep this and put that over here. That can go in the garbage. Okay, so now we've got 2 flowers. And you see I used a big flower here, but I purposely wanted to use 2 smaller flowers over here just to show you, you know, the difference on these. So then you just take your pop dots, your dimensionals, pop dots, and just take these off and just kind of arrange them however you want on here. And I like the garden green because it kind of pops out and it matches with some of the green on this side over here. So just stick this over here, and we're gonna just kind of put these together, I guess. Okay, and then the green leaves, you can either put them flat or you can pop them up too, but I'm just gonna kind of find the little holes and stick these in here. And same with this one. Just find the little holes, just stick them in there. And I got this little green one here. So we're just gonna kind of stick this one on the bottom here with this one. So anyway, so that's your flowers. I also have this Thinking With You, which you can die cut. You can just put this on here, die cut it out of there. But to save some time, I'm just gonna go ahead and fussy cut this just so that you can see that you can do either or. Just kind of go around your words. Just kind of fussy cut this around. Well, I'm just gonna kind of round this a little bit. So that's that. And it doesn't look much different, but a little bit. This one I die cut, and then this one I fussy cut it. So we're just gonna take this, put a couple dimensions on the back of here. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me and I'm not boring you too much. But we're gonna put this in the middle. And then we're just gonna add a couple gems on here. On the side. On the side. And I'm gonna put some up here. Up here. Okay, and then we are going to adhere our bow, and I thought I had my glue dots around, but I do not have them. I don't know where I put them right now, but we're just gonna go ahead and take this, and we're just gonna put this bow kind right in there on this one. And it's not gonna stick because I don't have my glue dots. But anyway, this is going to stay right here when I get my glue dots. Anyway, that will stay there when I get my glue dots. So that's all the cards that I have, and the scrapbook layout. I totally am apologizing because this was my first time. I'm a nervous wreck. Next time, I promise you, will be better. But these are all of the cards that we did. And then we just backed up and regrouped and did this layout just a little bit different. I'm hoping that it flows good enough for everybody. Now, these are my dear friends, Lou and Garrett. We went to Eden State Park, and I just thought this set was perfect for this layout. Anyway, I just want to say thank y'all for bearing with me, and have a great day. Bye.